Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. I want to put the cowboy aside for a minute and talk about what's really happening with Bitcoin and the lawsuit. No one's talked about this. Billy, I'm not a baker, so don't make me a fucking butcher, boy. We're gonna sing an original song, and we're gonna sing another song, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into price action and what's really fucking happening.
Can I tell you, hey pretty, you make my heart break. Can I buy you a flower and pay for the smile on your face? You lie there on the bed as the day starts drifting away. Your eyes are closed so tight. Who is the guy you want by your side? Because you will never see this through. When you hit the bottle, you throw my life away. Is it me you're seeing? I can't make you think of me. Why, oh why, is your head spinning round? Is there somebody special you want around instead of me? Because I am the one that makes you full of smiles. And I am the one that tucks you in. I tuck you in at night. Oh, you. Bitcoin, the master plan.
Was this all a delay? And everyone's saying it's a delay, but no one's saying the reason why it's a delay. And I'm going to tell you, cowboy, it was all deliberate. You've got the old guard that got into an asset class they were late to the party, and they wanted to protect it because they invested heavily into it. It's that simple. How are you going to fucking protect it when you have the fucking creators of it creating a better project? Even Satoshi saying he's going on to another project, which is kind of fucking ironic, Billy. Well, it's simple. You make it sustainable for fucking ever. And how does that fucking happen? Well, how does that fucking happen? It's dog shit. I mean, the whole payment thing is out the fucking door. And now it's a store of value. Well, it's market. First of all, it's marketing. And many entities marketed Bitcoin for gains. Security. But this is the ideology that I have, cowboy. What they did was they wanted the ETF. The futures was destroyed, was created to destroy it. I have to believe it's a new guard. But the old guard is strong. There's many, and they're powerful fucking people, cowboy. So what they want to do is have an ETF. We know that. And this case was extended so long to a point to where it's overlapping an ETF for Bitcoin. And why is an ETF important, cowboy? I'm sure you're going to fucking tell me, Billy. It's because it's permanent. It's like an IPO for Bitcoin. Everybody can buy it. All the grandfathers that are hearing about it from their grandkids, all the dads, everyone that doesn't want to go through the pain in the ass of opening a wallet and all these keys and all this fucking bullshit, and they don't want to have their money hacked. And everyone that isn't in this space thinks everyone gets fucking hacked. That's the narrative the SEC and other government agencies has put upon us. You get an ETF, you have insurance. You don't have to worry. And if Bitcoin's the first one, price explosion, protectionism, price explosion for the altcoins, we're safe. If you're a Bitcoiner, old guard, it's protectionism. I'm just saying, think about it. Why was there a delay? I mean, you had a one-legged dude racing fucking... What's that asshole's name? Fastest dude fastest dude in the world, okay? Drinking whale's blood, slurring a little, walking kind of sideways. But the whole thing is, Cowboy, is it had to be sustainable. It had to be a store of value, and that's what's happening. And now you have people saying, well, I don't think XRP should be, in the lane of Ethereum. Well, here's the whole problem with that. Hey, baby, what's up? I love you. Get out of here. Well, to be honest, Vitalik sleeping on a couch knew Ripple wanted to do this sort of thing at the beginning, and they said it would be too difficult. There'd be congestion. There'd be all these problems, and I don't know about it, but over layers, all this shit, they went to payments. But Vitalik ran with that. And look at the price of Ethereum. I don't understand the technological side of this space, but I do understand money. And I do understand how to invest. And I understand upward pressure and downward pressure. I understand diversification. I understand that stuff. I study it every day of my life. And my opinion is this. They're all saying it's going to slow the network down and all that. Well, if it did, there would be less circulating supply because it's moving slower, which would make the price of something go up. I'm not so certain that's why maybe Ethereum's price is as high as it is. I mean, who knows? But you give your opinion in the comments on that. My point is if you can't buy something as fast as you want to, it's worth more. Congestion. Let's talk about price of Bitcoin and XRP.
I remember my good friend Blockchain Backer back when Bitcoin was dropping, and I'm a supporter. I wanted to go up because it helps space, obviously. I don't own any Bitcoin right now. I might own $200 worth, but I did back in 17, and I made a lot of money. And I've stated in the past videos that I thought the top was like 18K, even though it wicked up to like 20,000. You can't count those wicks. And I remember my friend, the Blockchain Backer, saying, stuff like go 10K, 12K, 15K. I think at one point he even said it's possible to go back to retest the 3,500. But what I know, we were talking about investing is, and in this space, we tend to test the all-time highs, previous all-time highs before we move up. So I had a number at 18K, 19K I might have said. I probably said 18, 19, 20, Bottom line is it hit those prices and it bounced off. Now we've got these idiots out there, no disrespect to Blockchain Backer, I'm not saying he's an idiot, but the problem is he missed that one. And he thought all the money was going to, when Bitcoin started dropping, transferring to XRP. And we have videos, you can look at them. I said it's different this time. And it was. And it didn't. Because you gotta, for the money to transfer into the alt, it always transfers. Always. But to have the big transfer of cash, you have to be at all-time highs. The previous high, it tested and it went up. Now we're waiting for it hit 67K, but once again, there was a wick there. It didn't close there. I think it was like 64, 65. So now we need to get past that and then start coming down, and then we'll see mass flood. However, on the way up, we're all gonna, If Bitcoin goes up 5%, we're going to see 10%, 7%, 20%. We're going to see greater gains in the alts because the market cap is so low. It doesn't take as much money to move the market. And it will, to a certain degree for Ethereum, because the market cap's so high, but it'll be going up too. It'll be one of those lower percentages we talked about. You know, I had a friend say, oh, look at this coin. It moved, I think it was WASPay or something. This thing's up 40% compared to XRP's 20, 30%, whatever it was. Yeah, but it's a micro market cap. It doesn't take as much. It doesn't mean it's better. All it means is less money transferred, in this case, into it that made the price move higher than double that cash, 3 times that cash that moved into XRP, and the price couldn't move as much because, in fact, it was probably 10x more money than moved into XRP. And if you're in it for the money and the gains, that would have been a better bet. But I like certainty. I don't know. I like WASPay. I want to get into it. But I don't know what a lot of these coins are going to do a year from now. I don't know what anything's going to do tomorrow. But what I do know is XRP a year from now is going to be worth a hell of a lot more than it is today. And that's investing. So let's get into the price. Fibonacci's, the golden ratio, the golden spiral, all things that are living and moving, they find these places. And right now, Bitcoin is at call it 38,000. It's above the 30K. 30K would be the bottom of the Fib, which implies that it shouldn't really go below 30K at this point. If we're in an uptrend bull market, it might hit 29 something, 28 at a quick, but at the close it should be at 30K. And the resistance, I could tell you a bunch of resistance between 50,000 and now, but really the strong resistance would be 50,000. You got to understand how the fibs work. You go 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus the previous high 2 is 5. That's our 50, okay? So we're in a trading range of between 30K and 50K right now, whether we know it or not, which means shit could fucking rocket tomorrow or drop to 30 tomorrow. And as far as XRP, right now we're at what, 62 cents? So, and I know this whole narrative shifted, and there's all these reasons it could rocket up and all that stuff, but if we keep it simple, keep it simple, stupid, we're in a trading range between 50 cents and 80 cents. Hence, we haven't been able to break through. We had a quick wick up to 90 cents when, not too when we got clarity, but it quickly, that's just upward pressure that hasn't been mathematically equated and adjusted. So ultimately, we've been trading in between this 50 and 80 cent range. So the goal is to go above 80 cents before we retest the 50, but 50 should be the bottom. I don't think we're near there or going there. In fact, I think the trajectory is positive, but that's where we're at. The beautiful thing is once we cross over the 80 though, now we have, we had the 3 and the 2 that made the 50, and I have videos that explain this. And now, if we have the 3 and the 2 that made the 50, we have the 3 and the 5, they equal 5, and we have the 3 and the 5 that equal 80. And then once we break through 80, we have the 8 and the 5, which takes us to $1.30. So my perspective is $1.30 is incoming in the near term, but we have to get through the 80 cent barrier first, retest 80s, quick to 79 to 78, but close above 80 cents. And that would be beautiful. This song is called Change. Beautiful girl, full of life, I wanna feel her inside. I grab my knife, cut her skin. I wanna let myself in. I see her blood go down her leg. She tells me no, I can't stay. I wanna know what's going on. I wanna know right now. No, it don't mean nothing when you're chained to my bed. No, it don't mean nothing when you're chained in my bed. You guys, we have Jay Clayton confessing his sins, saying this is all fucking bullshit. You can watch that on YouTube. You'll see it and saying, I think these, IPOs to these guys, we should make it easier for them. And, crypto shouldn't be a product. It should be technology or some shit. And he's supportive. But it's funny, before he became the SEC chair, he seemed like he was going to be a good person for it, just like Gary. But what we're not understanding is this. These people they're fucking puppets. Once you go to work, you're a fucking puppet. You got to do what the boss says or you're fucking out. Just like a police officer. They enforce all these laws. It doesn't mean they don't break them. I mean, they don't want to because they don't want to lose their pension or their retirement. But it's not always, your job isn't always who you are. And we're seeing that very clearly with Jay. In fact, I think I'm more supportive of him, even though I've made a lot of fucking videos about him and Elon Musk having ass sex and shit. Because he's pretty much coming out and saying that. And looking back, it's like he was probably like, I'm not doing this. And then okay, I'll do it, but I'm fucking gone the next day. I don't agree with it, I'm fucking gone. Because we don't know his perspective. I'm not fucking sucking Jay Clayton's dick here. I'm saying he's a fucking piece of shit. But I'll tell you what, he's also an ally right now. We are not what we do. I am. I fucking cut hair, beautification of the human race. It's part of my inner being. But, these high political people, these high-powered people, they're just doing it for the fucking money. I did it all for the nookie. The nookie, so you could get your cookie. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I would do it. Because I have fucking ethics. I mean, trust me. Ethics have cost me a lot in my life. But I understand the situation at hand. I think we got old guard versus new. New will win. Because they're a fucking dying breed. Janet Yellen, what a fucking train wreck that bitch is. But at the end of the day, we win. I was talking to the money-making group. I don't think they really want to hear what I have to say when I'm talking about XRP, but I was like, this case has to settle in December, maybe January. But we can't really push it to February and March because it's all in April, and I think in June there's a ruling. XRP has all the fucking leverage, and they're in no hurry. Time is their friend. Every fucking week they're going to save $5-10 million that we get closer to that case because they won't have to settle as high. They may be at that point to where, fuck, we got 6 months. Let's just fight this because the fines are going to be minimal. What they know is greater than what we know. We also know that this case wasn't about anything except delays. So, I mean, let me ask you, if you could settle tomorrow for $50K and put this behind you, because this is hurting Ripple. Big investors, big industries want certainty. They do not trust law because it doesn't matter what the truth and the facts are. Sometimes law is corrupt, and you can be surprised. But the narrative here is positive. So, if the SEC wants to settle tomorrow for $20 million,
50 million, I think they'd take it. But every month we get closer to them, to that settlement date, or that judgment date, we should say, I think the SEC is losing leverage. They already lost all their leverage when Ripple won, with XRP and Brad and Chris got off. Their leverage is gone. And people say time's our friend, but once again, Ripple wants us behind them. It helps their business model. So, I mean, if we're looking at the beginning of April and the SEC says, hey, let's settle, they're going to probably say, fuck you. We're like 2 months, 3 months away from the judge giving her ruling. That's why they got to do it now. And they know it. And so does Ripple. So, CZ, he took down some old guard shit. And he's probably getting punished for it now. But this whole narrative that he may have already been sentenced. I don't know. I haven't been watching YouTube. But I don't care if he was sentenced. This whole narrative that he's going to prison is so much bullshit. He's protected by the new guard. He took down these monsters. He sold out people he was friends with. He's not going anywhere. You don't pay $4.3 billion to go to fucking prison, okay? And if you do, you're a fucking idiot. I'll tell you why, because he wouldn't have had to pay a fraction of that if he was willing to go to prison, okay? And I know there's this narrative, well, it's different than FTX. Investors weren't hurt. You see how money matters? You know, so he's going to get a lighter slap in the wrist. Well, if he was letting terrorism launder money through his fucking company like he admitted to, remember, settlements, sometimes you have to admit to things that you don't agree with to end it. Now, I know I've seen posts where they said, hey, launder your money through. That's a lot different than fucking terrorists. Motherfuckers that are killing people, okay? And life should matter more than investors losing money. So it should be a harsher sentence. You see where I'm going with this? I'm saying he's a puppet, just like Elon Musk, just like Sam. It's just fucking new against the old. And Sam's going to prison forever, but is he? Just can't see it. My dreamers, my fucking roadies, like and subscribe. I think I might start paying YouTube, because I think when you pay them, you get more people watching your shit, and I don't give them any money. But I'm going to sing another original, Love. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, because I'm about fucking done with this bullshit. Tattooed Girl. It's about a girl. What's her name? I dated her once. She had some tattoos, and so did I. She had a flame. I had a heart on my chest tattoo. She had some birds on her hips.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry, and I'm sure this won't mean a lot. So I guess I'll just sit here sorry, 'cause I'm not exactly what you want. The truth is I saw this coming. I saw it from a mile away. How you think it makes no sense. You think you'd be better this way. Fuchsia flowers, fuchsia flowers on your head. Fuchsia flowers, fuchsia flowers on your head. You were out at the bar, you saw me, and you couldn't help scream my name. And the smile on your face convinced me, yeah, you're still dealing with my pain. And the truth is I saw this coming. I saw it from a mile away. How you think it makes no sense. You think you'd be better this way, and all your birds will fly down to your little hip, flying far from your painted flame, where my heart used to sit. Yeah, now it's been a little while since I've seen you, and I hope our dog's doing okay. All these girls now, they make no sense. I love they wanna take your place, and all your birds will fly down to your little hip, flying far from your painted flames, where my heart used to sit. Yeah.
And that's the last Korean girl I dated. But you guys, like, subscribe, and know. As a child, you were destined for beautiful things. You knew you were going to be significant. And you got stuck in school or college or in athletics, and you thought that was your fucking ticket and it didn't work out. And then one day, all of a sudden, you're questioning if you fell off a cliff, if you could fucking fly like you used to think you could. If you were suffocated underwater, all of a sudden you question if you could breathe water. But I'm telling you right now, that day is soon, and you will know you are right. You can fly. You can breathe water. You can't die. Love.